All right, the four advantages. Really, like I am prone to do, what I like to do with any concept is distill it down to the only things that are possible, the only things that you are doing. And so the four advantages that I've found, you are always trying to create one of these with whatever action you're on the court, whether it's individual or team based, you're trying to create one of these advantages. So the first one is space. And I had a coach that really drilled this into me while I was his assistant coach doing player development back in North Carolina about 10 or 12 years ago. The hardest thing to guard is space. If you think about 2-on-1 and you got the whole court, that one defender can't possibly guard all the space unless the two players stand next to each other in the paint and maybe the defender has a realistic and he just blocks both of them. You guys have gotten smarter over time of playing that game. But the hardest thing to guard is not the most athletic player, not the best shooter, not the tallest guy. It's space. And no matter how skilled you are, or how big you are, or how fast you are, if you and a teammate can create space, that's the biggest advantage you have. Second is angle. And so if you create an angle with some space, we're going to talk about multiplying these in a minute. The defender can't get in front of you. Like you're so far away that you're either wide open to shoot and you're at an angle that you could shoot or drive. Defender is just SOL. He can't possibly stop both. And so that's the second advantage. So when we're doing our drive and kick, most of the time we're creating space and angle at the same time. If you move really far as the shooter during a drive, you're going to create a massive angle advantage that, again, you can do whatever you want with that to exploit the defense. Third is timing, and precision timing is kind of the missing piece in a lot of teams that I see. Like we might have some great space and some great angles. We might even have some really fast players and great playmakers, but our timing's usually off. Like I thought you were going to back cut and I threw it out of bounds behind you. I thought, you were coming to ball screen me earlier and I had to wait for you to get there before I could use it. Meanwhile, all the defense got set. And, I thought that when I drove, you were going to move to that corner for me to kick it out and you didn't move or you were late moving and, that option wasn't there. I was stuck. And so if you start stacking these up, you have space, you have an angle, and you have precision timing so that you're not rushed and you're not waiting, then you start to really demolish defense very effectively. And the last one is speed. We've talked a lot about changing speeds as a ball handler. You can also think about changing speeds as a team, whether you're going from fast break to, slow down, methodical, intentional offense in a half court, or you're going quick decisions to just exploit whatever the defense had. Like you think about a drive and kick with a lot of space where you created an angle and the pass arrived on time. The last thing that's going to stop you from succeeding is a slow decision. Right? You catch it and you hesitate and you don't shoot right away, you don't drive right away, and suddenly the defense is set and ready for you. And so the speed of that decision is really the last piece that makes all this work even better. These are like layers of, an evolution almost of you as a player. Like it's pretty rare that a middle school player is good at creating space. So we kind of have to do that first. And then if you're good at creating space, then creating space with an angle is great. And then if you can do that on time with a teammate and you can make a quick decision, then like you're just moving up the ladder of how well you can demolish a defense.